How did it influence your human spirit and your purpose behind starting this company and the movement?
Because I went through so much suffering through the different surgeries and various doctors and intensive care units from being sick from Murgor's disease, I developed a mentality that would more so work on my mentality internal as opposed to my physical disabilities on the external.
Right.
And from that, I had to have the willpower to fight through everything that the doctors told me. And because of that, mental real estate was born, the transformational mentality, understanding the positive and negative contributors to your mindset.
Yeah, fascinating. Let's go back to your childhood.
Yes.
Talk to me about your background. Where were you raised? Where did you go to school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a young boy from Topeka, Kansas in the USA. And I can remember at the time my dad was in the Air Force and he was in the military, obviously. So we were stationed in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona at the time. And during that time I had become sick and didn't know. My mom was trying to prepare us to go somewhere. It scared her. I didn't know what happened. So to come to find out I had some leg condition that was really hurting me and I didn't know what had happened. I felt fine, but it appeared different. And so they had to rush me to Boston Children's Hospital where they did an operation. And to a quick brief summary, during the time of the operation, I seen a lot of things that was happening, and because I woke up on the operating table because the anesthesia was not deep enough. And so from there, it was just a lot of childhood of
How old were you at that point?
5 years old.
Wow.
I was 5 years old when this happened.
It's pretty much almost all your life.
Yes. Murgor's disease is a congenital disorder to the lymphatic system. And I was born with a condition. It stays dormant in its infancy stages. It shows up as you get older. So mine showed up when I was 5 years old. So I was actually born with the disease.
Do you know the stats when it comes to this disease in Africa or in Kenya, for example?
I have no idea what the stats are here in Kenya, but I know that I did some television interviews back in the U.S. and during the time they did the actual interview, they did their own research as well, and they come up with the stats of understanding that Murgor's disease has only been diagnosed in 200 people in the world, and I'm one of them.
Oh my God!
So you can imagine it was difficult growing up with no one to relate that disease with.
Yeah. So the phrase "mental reel-off," it sounds very powerful and unusual.
Yes.
Yeah, what does it really mean, and how can people cultivate that mindset in their own lives?
Mental real of state. A lot of times I say that they think of real estate as in property.
Exactly.
Well, I like to equate that as a property as well, because every one of us that owns a mindset or owns a brain, we have a mental real of state, and that is the state of your mentality. When we're talking about the state of your mentality, the positive and negative contributors to your mindset and what that means for you and how you can do more to develop yourself mentally, understanding that the ideas that were given to you and how you can cultivate those and to be more productive in society.
Your initiative has reached over 140 countries. Very good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, from correctional facilities, of course, in the United States.
Yes.
I saw that on your profile.
Yes.
Community programs in Africa. What do you think resonates the most with people across diverse contexts? What resonates the most with your movement?
The movement is because the transformational mindset, and the thing is, it's not something that I'm giving you. I'm helping you to discover more about yourself.
Right.
When I say that, I'm talking about the ideas that we were born with, and everybody can think about those times when they were kids, when someone asked you what you want to be when you grow up, what do you want to do? And there's a lot of people that say, I want to be a doctor or whatever the case may be. But life hits people differently at different times, and people go through so many different circumstances and situations where now those dreams seem to be impossible. Well, if those dreams were given to you for a reason, why have we lost the idea that was given to us in the first place? It's there for a reason. So we cultivate those ideas, helping people understand the real potential that they possess, and even though circumstances and situations may speak against that, you can totally believe in yourself and your ideas once again by understanding the transformational mindset.
You know, there's a lot of young folks who are listening to you and they say, Dr. Michael, you don't get it. In Africa, it's bad. You know, there's a lot. There's, diseases, so much, mental health issues. There's a sense of apathy in the country.
Yes.
Now, with all these things that we've been going through, you're saying it all starts in the mind, and we can have a shift in perspective and actually make our dreams manifest, right? Is that what you're actually telling Africans?
Yes. I have a firm understanding that the thought creates the action. We don't take action until it crosses through the mind first. Your mentality is in total control of what you decide to act on. I can look at a plate and decide I want to eat, but I can't do anything until I get the fork in my hand.
I agree.
But I have to have the thought to pick it up first.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking to the young people, I think it's really important that they understand that their thoughts are what creates the actions.
Yeah.
And that's positive or negative as well.
Right. That's beautiful. So you've recently expanded your work in Kenya and other African nations, tackling issues like gender-based violence and FGM.
Yes.
Why was Africa an important frontier for your mission? And what have you learned from that experience so far?
These experiences have taught me so much. That's a great question, by the way. These experiences have taught me so much. Coming from the U.S., a lot of times you walk in here, you know that you don't belong. People would make you feel that you don't belong. But I didn't get that sense. When I first came to Kenya, the first thing they said to me off the plane was welcome home.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I believe that every time I come here, it always feels like home. I've never been bothered by anyone. I've had nothing but friendly interactions with people, and I think it's been so important. But to go across to different counties and to go into different areas and working with people has been so exhilarating for what I do, because I know people need that help. I know that there's something that is needed there. It's a difference from somebody who's not hungry, but you give a plate of food, they might nibble on it. But when you go somewhere where people need something, they need understanding, they need comprehension, relativity, and you have something that you can offer them, then there's something different to that. I watch people come in with pens and paper all the time, and they're taking notes for what reason? Because there's something that they need. And if there's something that I have that I can offer, my life is to make sure that I can give back something that I had used to have taken from me and now have developed for myself. Yeah,
it's interesting you put it like that. When you engage with Kenyans, obviously you probably have a perception about the psyche of the people. Americans come off as very confident. Right, that's what we imagine when we watch you guys on the TV. How would you perceive Kenyans in terms of their mental state?
I see from what I've experienced and the communications that I've had, opportunities. They need opportunities. They need a chance. They need to be heard, and they need to be understood. In my opinion, I believe that Kenya is a very powerful nation of people that are resilient. Now, the one thing that I noticed, the first thing is from coming into Kenya, is that as I got out of my hotel room and then I come outside and I stand around, and I usually just come outside and take some fresh air, I noticed one thing, resilience. The people of Kenya do not stop moving. And I'm not saying moving because they're restless. I'm saying it is always a grind. It is always to the next level. But the good things that I do see, that I have seen, is that they're doing it the right way. If they know they have families to provide for, they're getting up extra early. If they know they have children that need to get to school, they're getting up extra early. They're going to work, they're providing. And the thing is I see them do this with little to less. Less than. So it touches me and it touches my heart to want to help and do everything I can to assist, with the mind shift of helping people to understand this is how we do these things together. But when I see them, they may operate independently, but when you're on the outside looking in, you see everybody's unity and how they move.
I love that.
And their anxiousness to work.
Yeah. So if you're just joining us right now, guys, having a conversation with the one and only Dr. Michael J. Freeland Jr. Freeland Jr.
It's okay.
Thank you for correcting me.
Yes.
And so let me just give you a short profile. He's a globally recognized author, inspirational speaker, and humanitarian who has forged a powerful message of resilience. And from his personal journey, born in Topeka, Kansas, Dr. Freeland has lived with Milroy's disease, and it's a rare and complex condition that necessitated numerous surgeries and ongoing medical management. Rather than being defined by this adversity, he leveraged his experience to establish a mission of turning personal pain into global purpose, making him one of a kind, a legend. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Where do you foresee your movement, your company, say in the next 5 years?
Well, in the next 5 years, I'm looking to open up an office here in Kenya. I would like to do that. And mainly, like I said, my motivation and my drive is for the people. The company was started based off of my belief and the fact that I wanted to see something done. So I took my hard-earned dollars. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any support. I just had a vision and what God gave me. And I believe that coming here to Kenya to helping to show what I know and give what I have is going to be really innovative to help people. So I'm looking for the offices still back home in the U.S., but also looking at offices as well. But expanding not only that, but to create more ambassadors for the initiative within other regions of the world.
That's amazing, beautiful. Let's take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll continue with this conversation. I've got some John Legend. Preach. Remember, you can stream live at www.spicefm.co.ke. Let's keep it moving.